Hi, this is Clara, and I'm glad you joined me for this guided sleep story. This episode aims to provide a peaceful and calming environment, blending storytelling, meditation, natural sounds, and soothing music to help you unwind and achieve restful sleep. Whether you have difficulty falling asleep, need a way to relax after a long day, this episode is designed to provide you with the perfect escape. Once upon a time, on a moonless night by the restless sea, a tale unfolds that sends shivers down your spine. Close your eyes and let the soothing lull of the waves carry you into a world where the boundary between reality and the supernatural blurs. One chilly evening, you find yourself in a remote inn where you're staying in the dramatic countryside of Cornwall. The interior of the pub offers refuge from the brisk winds and rain that has swept in from the sea. Thick wooden beams line the ceiling with fishing nets and lanterns hanging from them. Vintage photographs of fishermen with proud catches and faded portraits of sailors hang from the walls. Naval charts and maps, yellowed with time, add to the rustic charm, making it the perfect place to take refuge from the elements and listen to the tales of the ghost ship that haunts Hawker's Cove. The pub's regulars are deep in conversation, their voices tinged with fear and fascination. They speak of a ghost ship that only reveals itself under a full moon during the king tide, which happens twice a year. The mention of it sends shivers down your spine, and you lean in to catch every word. "It's a curse, it is," one grizzled fisherman mutters as he takes a sip from his tankard. the firelight casting deep shadows across his weathered face. No good comes from that ship. It haunts us. Another local, a woman with a knowing look, nods in agreement. Aye, we stay well away from that beach when the king tide is high, she says, her voice hushed. The sight of that ghostly vessel sends chills down your spine. It's an omen, it is. Their voices grow somber, and it's as if the pub itself holds its breath, anticipating the dark tale that follows. The grizzled fisherman continues. You see, that ship, the Golden Horizon as she was called, a Tudor vessel, set sail to seek a new and faster route to Asia. In those days, the elusive Northwest Passage was believed to be a shortcut to the legendary wealth of Asia. The promise of spices, silks, and untold treasures beckoned the English explorers, and they hoped to return with riches to a nation hungry for wealth. The woman adds, but their dreams of discovering that new passage and the treasures they hoped to find were dashed on the reef of Hawker's Cove. The atmosphere in the pub grows heavier as they speak, their faces reflecting the gravity of the story. The fisherman's voice is hushed as he concludes, there were no survivors. The ship was lost, her crew lost to the sea, and all their dreams were sunk in the icy depths. You can't help but be intrigued by the story, a reminder of a time when the temptation of riches and the quest for a new path to wealth had led to a tragic end. As the locals tell the story of the ghost ship and the impending king tide under the full moon, a sense of curiosity wells up within you. You know the time to witness it is just a few days away, so you decide to stay a bit longer in Cornwall. During this time, you explore the coastal cliffs, venturing to several picturesque towns. You walk along the rugged shores, watching the waves crash against the rocks and breathing in the briny sea air. In between, you enjoy seafood in local pubs and cafes, savoring the flavors of the sea. As the days pass, the anticipation grows stronger, and finally, the night arrives. Fueled by the full moon's gravitational pull, the normally exposed rocks of Hawker's Cove are submerged entirely, their rugged surfaces hidden beneath the sea. The small bay, usually a quiet haven for seabirds and the occasional beachcomber, is transformed into a churning, restless expanse of water. The scent of the sea air, briny and invigorating, envelops you, and you can even taste the salt on your lips. The rising tide fills the bay to its brim. Moonlight dances upon the rippling surface, casting an eerie glow across the landscape. The brisk wind on your face makes you shiver from the raw power of nature. Now, you wait for the ghost ship to make its mysterious appearance. And your senses are heightened in anticipation of the supernatural phenomenon unfolding. You stand on the shores of Hawker's Cove, your eyes hypnotized by the tumultuous waters. The moments stretch into what feels like an eternity. And the bitter wind picks up. It bites at your exposed skin, making you shiver. And you pull your scarf and coat tighter around you. Your fingers and toes are numb with the cold. And a temptation creeps into your mind about seeking refuge by a fire far away from here. As you contemplate leaving, a faint, otherworldly light breaks through the darkness. The sea, previously a maelstrom of moonlit waves, begins to calm, as if in reverence to the approaching apparition. An ethereal glow intensifies, and the ghost ship slowly materializes. Emerging from the night. It's an eerie sight. A spectral silhouette with tattered sails billowing in the wind. The once invisible vessel takes on an eerie, translucent quality, like a mirage born of the sea's secrets. As it draws nearer, the details become more apparent. The old wood, the tattered rigging, and the ghostly figures moving about on the deck. It's as if time has reversed, and you're witnessing a ship long lost to the depths of history. ghost ship sails into the bay in silence. Its presence casting a surreal and haunting ambience over the cove. The locals beside you mutter prayers and cross themselves, clearly frightened by the ship's appearance. But for you, it's a moment of fascination. The ship's ghostly aura bridges the gap between the natural and the supernatural, just as the locals had described. As the ghost ship materializes more in the moonlight, a surreal scene unfolds. On deck, you notice the phantom crew going about their routines with supernatural, timeless precision. Some sailors clean the weathered deck, their ethereal forms moving silently as they scrub and polish. The deck, though spectral, glistens as if it were freshly varnished, and the wood seems to breathe with a paranormal vitality. Near the main mast, others work, busily hoisting sails, their translucent hands grasping the ropes with an uncanny grace. The tattered sails billow in the ghostly wind, filling the night sky. Amid this ghost crew, the captain stands at the helm. His presence, commanding and dignified, he's wearing an old-fashioned uniform with long hair cascading down from underneath his tricorn hat. The captain's gaze is fixed on the horizon, and his grip on the wheel is firm. He appears to steer the ship purposefully, as though he's determined to navigate the ghostly vessel through the waters of time. As the ship sails on, it turns within the confines of Hawker's Cove. Its spectral form making a slow, deliberate pivot. The eerie, silent movements of the crew continue with their timeless precision. The ship's old timbers creak as it moves in the moonlit waters. Your gaze is drawn to the stern of the ship, where a sign you hadn't noticed unexpectedly becomes visible. It reads, Air One, EREHWON. The letters are intricately carved into the weathered wood. You can't help but puzzle over the strange name, Air One. What does Air One mean? Is it a place? A name? Or something more mysterious? With its weird name and timeless crew, the ghostly ship continues to sail. As the ship completes its slow turn in Hawker's Cove, it continues its journey on the King Tide, heading out to sea. The moonlight illuminates its path. The ship's once vivid, spectral details begin to fade, like a mirage, vanishing into the air. The ghostly crew and the tattered sails dissolve into the darkness, until they're no more than wisps of moonlight and memory. The locals who'd stood with you on the shore quietly depart, seeking the warmth and comfort of their homes as the bitter wind continues to bite. You remain there for a few moments, still thinking about what you've just witnessed and the name, Air One, and the mysteries it holds. You follow the locals' lead and retreat to the inn. You climb the creaking wooden stairs to your room. And seek comfort under the covers of your bed, which immediately helps you warm up from the cold in your bones. As you lie there, the name Erewhon echoes in your thoughts. And suddenly, the realization strikes you. Erewhon is nowhere spelt backwards. The golden horizon is eternally sailing to nowhere. This revelation gives you chills and fills you with sadness. As you close your eyes, the image of the spectral ship and the name Erewhon lingers in your thoughts. A reminder that the mysteries of the night, like the sound of the waves breaking on the shore close to the inn, can transport you to a world where dreams and reality become one. And with that, you drift off to sleep, ready to explore new mysteries in the realm of dreams.